Aloha, I'm Dr. Barry Nutter. I'm in Honolulu. I practice chiropractic medicine and biological medicine, and I'm also a Rolfing practitioner. Today I'm going to share with you some information about the beam ray technology and how it has helped the patient recover. This patient wrote in and said, "Do you know what it is to be termed hopeless by the doctors? The beam ray has brought a wellness into my life that I did not have, and I want to share with you how wonderful the beam ray is and of the wellness it has brought into my life. In July 2004, I was diagnosed as needing bypass surgery, and I went through the 5 bypass surgery for my heart. When it was time for me to go home, they removed the pacemaker wires, and instantly I had a stroke. I left my body. I prayed, 'Lord Jesus, I am so sick. Please take me home to be with you.' Instantly I was back in my body, but I was unable to talk. I could talk a word, but I was unable to have a conversation. I was very ill. They were giving me 4 shots of insulin a day. My lungs were filled with fluid, and they talked about putting a needle into me to draw off the fluid. I still had 2 blocked carotid arteries. The left was 100% blocked, and the right carotid artery was 50% blocked. I was advised that a surgery to remove blockages very well would cause another stroke. I told my husband, 'Home, home, I want to go home.' A friend called and told me that she would be here with her beam ray when I got home from the hospital. I sat under the beam ray for an hour and a half, and there were immediate changes in my health. After using the beam ray one time, I could speak normally from the stroke. I felt stronger. The swelling edema on my right leg, where they removed the artery, went down by 1 inch. And by the 3rd day, a nurse checked my lungs, and she told me there was no fluid in my lungs. I continued under the beam ray 2 times a day for stroke, circulation, central nervous system, and edema, general 1 and 2. These are the names of beam ray programs. I walked daily to strengthen my heart and body. As I was walking outdoors, dirt got into my incision on my ankle and became infected, and having diabetes, I knew it was not a good thing. I programmed the beam ray for general antiseptic, infection, healing, general 1, and I could hardly believe my eyes. At the beginning of the beam ray session, pus was running down my leg, and it began running up my leg by the end of the session. A scab had formed on the wound. I couldn't believe my eyes, and I called Dan to tell him what I saw happening. The beam ray was supposed to speed healing, and it did. The doctors were amazed at how fast my recovery was. At age 62, in spite of the diabetes, I was recovering. By the end of a month under the beam ray, my blood sugar levels were in the normal range. I was told arteriosclerosis wouldn't be helped by the beam ray. Well, that was wrong. My MD said, "Put that beam ray right there next to those carotids and it can't hurt." And I set it on arteriosclerosis, cytomegalovirus, and chlamydia pneumonia programs. It took a while, but I noticed the symptoms of the blocked arteries were gone. I went to have an ultrasound, and the right carotid artery was open. I haven't had another ultrasound to check the left artery, but recently I had an ultrasound for my previous thyroid cancer, which I had 9 years ago. I told the technician about my carotids. After she listened to both carotids twice, she said, "I've never seen carotids emptying out by themselves. So I don't know for sure, but I feel good, and I will go for another ultrasound to see if the left carotid is open. My blood sugar is in the normal range ever since I used the beam ray. I thank the Lord for the quality of health I have now and for the beam ray. I would never be able to experience the wellness I have attained without the beam ray. Thank you, beam ray, for all your hard work in making this beam ray help for the hopeless. May you use my testimony to encourage others."